Well, as we prepare for the 2023 Pro Football Hall of Fame Enshrinement Festival, there's a lot that goes into it beforehand. And I have with me this morning Melissa Coultas, who is the Vice President of Development for the Canton Regional Chamber of Commerce. Good
Good
morning.
morning.
All right, so let's talk a little bit about some things that are new, some things that you're trying to develop. And maybe we should take a step back. Explain your position now and what you've been doing with the chamber.
So, as you mentioned, Vice President of Development. So, I am in charge of really, fundraising for the festival. This is something that there's a lot of cost to putting on these events, as you can imagine. And so we put on the two largest free events in Stark County every year. So the Grand Parade is the largest free event that we offer to the community. And then the Balloon Classic is the second largest event. So the Grand Parade brings in over 200,000 people along the parade route, and Balloon Classic more than 130,000 people. And we believe this year you're going to have record-breaking crowds. So in order to do that, we reach out to our community partners and we ask for support and help to make that happen.
So as you talk to to people for partnerships, what kind of things do you say to them and really kind of point out and highlight to them?
So one, we remind them what we have here in Canton, right? We need to just all remember how special it is that we have these events here and that we are honored to have these events here. The fact that the Hall of Fame is here in Canton, I think sometimes we become complacent that it belongs here in Canton and that these events are here. And we need to remember that these are community events that we all need to get behind. And these are the pride of the community. And I think, I'm going into my second year of the festival and I just feel so energized about it and being a part of this. I have so much love for these events and what they bring to the region, right? And so I try to really put that energy into, the people that I'm meeting with and talking to and reminding them about, being a part of them, talking about the different audiences that they can get in front of and what that means to the community. And also just reminding companies that might not be a part of it, but are here in Canton and have been for a long time or in Stark County, and then new companies to the area and how they can get involved and the different events. And they don't really even understand what's available.
Yeah.
So we kind of start there. And then we also work on tailoring sponsorships to meet their business goals. So what's important to them? Who are they trying to reach? What works for their specific audience that they need to reach. And then we're also looking to create unique experiences. So one thing we looked at, Pam, was the parade. At the parade last year, I really thought, we need more of floats, right? And so my other coworkers and I thought about looking at each event in ways that we can elevate those events. And one was the parade. And so we thought through different partnership opportunities with companies in the area, and we partnered with the Karcher Group, and they agreed to create a 60-second video, advertising video for any new company that came on board and decided to do a float this year. And that being able to give that to a company brought tons of value to those companies. So we went from 5 floats last year to 13 floats this year. So I think people are going to be really excited to sit along the parade route and see all those floats and just kind of have some of those, memories and traditions of years past back.
Yeah.
And that's really what we're trying to do. We have a new team in place. We're all really energized, and we just want to look at ways that we can elevate each event.
Yeah, and the thing about, when you talked about partnerships is the reflection on Canton that the events have, because anybody who comes into town and sees this, especially, the enshrinees, their families, they look at it and think, wow. And they go back and say, oh my gosh, you got to see what Canton does.
Yeah.
And I think that's such a great reflection on, everything here in Stark County and
so
volunteers and everything else.
We have so many volunteers that give their time. The enshrinees themselves talk about, they call it home. Going back to the parade, most of the time that's their favorite event. All the cheering, and they feel like they're almost back on the field. They love being there. it just has getting into each event and hearing what it means to each individual person that you work with side by side, whether it's a volunteer, whether it's, one of your coworkers, an enshrinee, somebody at the Hall of Fame. Everybody has a story from their childhood, what it meant to their mom, their dad. It's powerful. And it's just neat to be able to continue those traditions and continue building upon those memories.
Yeah, it's amazing. That parade, it shocks people.
It does.
It really does.
It does.
It's outstanding. So what kind of other things do we have? You're talking about elevating different events. I know there are other things as well that you're working on.
We are. So Balloon Classic, everybody's familiar with the Balloon Classic and fireworks at Kent State University at Stark. And so one thing we thought was to offer some just more opportunities for people to do while they're there. So we have more than 50 balloons that launch throughout the weekend, 5 different times. But last year I went up in a hot air balloon. The media flight, they weren't able to take off because of weather conditions, but a lot of the pilots let people just do a tethered ride where they went up 50 feet. And we were like, that is really fun. That's something that we'd love to offer. So our event manager found a company that provides tethered balloon rides. So we're actually offering those this year to people that come out to the event. They can pay for a tethered balloon ride. And thinking through that, we were like, well, how could we tie this into a company and have a partnership created from this experience? And so Daimler Truck North America, we have to tie those balloons down to something, right? So it just was a natural fit that they'll be the sponsor of that area, and really be able to have a presence there, and offer that to the audience, all of the people that attend that event. And it's just a really cool new feature that we're going to have there.
And new for the fashion show, something a little different there too,
Yeah,
correct?
The fashion show, we're going to have a new designer out of Cleveland, just to really elevate and bring, just a new experience for people that come. We're really excited to have her come down, offer some just new diversity, new looks, new fashions. And then the Cultural Center put in, I don't know if you haven't driven by, you need to, they have a new portico window that they built underneath the portico on the Cultural Center side. It's beautiful. And so we really wanted to highlight that for them, but also think through how we could use that for us for the fashion show. And so we have Apex Skin will be in that window offering demonstrations, and you can sign up and use that during the cocktail hour of the fashion show. So it's really exciting, just really thinking it through, like how we can play on, all these different pieces and offer new experiences to our audiences and to our corporate partnerships as well.
Well, a lot of good things happening, and it's very exciting because everybody loves the tradition, but we also like a little twist, something a little exciting along the way. So congratulations to you for spearheading all of this, and I know that there's a lot more to come.
There will be. Thank you, Pam.
Thanks, Melissa.